Well, hello everybody, and welcome to the channel. For those of you who don't know, my name is Leo, and I will be your host today. For those of you who've been watching, the channel for a while, you know that I like to, camp out in strange places, strange things, you know what I'm saying. I think it's fun. Old coal mine, Devil Anse Hatfield's backyard, camping out with live bulls, whatever. I think it's fun. But anyway, I've got something, unusual. I like weird. I like weird. So we got some weird for you today. I'm down by the riverbank, and just got a little spot here that I cleared out back in the fall just a little bit. And I'm going to do something weird. Since it is December, it's getting there. I'm going to, y'all remember snow globes, right? I mean, they used to be all over the place. Everybody had snow globes. They come out, Christmas, that kind of thing. Well, my plan is I intend to, rephrase that. I'm going to try, I'm going to attempt to build a gigantic snow globe. I mean, complete with, Christmas tree, whole 9 yards. The glitter, the snow, my snow will be red though. Other than that, it's the same thing. But my snow globe is also going to have a bed. It's going to have a TV, whole accoutrements of home. But also, like I said, a great big gigantic snow globe right there. Merry Christmas. Okay, well, what do y'all think? This looks interesting, doesn't it? This looks like this could be a little bit of fun. I got the Christmas tree up. Got some more lights, not done yet. But I got the basic structure, got the basics up. Thought I'd show you, where we're at. It's getting... The bad spot about this spot, it gets early morning sun, but yeah, the sun sets at, hang on, it's 2:17. The sun has officially set 2:17 in the afternoon. This is going to get interesting, isn't it? The temperature right now is about 40, something like that. It's not real warm, that's for sure. And it's supposed to get about 30, maybe 32 a little bit later. So, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, we're supposed to get, they're still saying, I just checked a minute ago, and they're still saying a couple inches of snow maybe tonight. So we'll see. That sounds fun to me. But I've got my tree set up and got me a little fire pit made, cleared out a nice little spot. But I figured I'd better shoot, some video, show y'all what I've got so far before it gets dark. And got my Starlink is outside there. I found an old piece of lattice that washed down the riverbank somewhere, and I took it and made me a little platform to lay the Starlink on. Doesn't hurt it to get dirty, but it don't need to be sand covered if we can help it. But other than that, yeah, we seem to be set up and ready. The sun, there she goes. It's leaving me. So it's about time here real soon. I'm sure I'll feel the temperature drop. I guess real soon I'm going to have to either put on the coveralls. I just kind of threw them back there. Either put on the coveralls or turn on some heat. Yeah, I can feel the temperature drop already. I can feel a huge, okay, a couple degrees, huge. I can feel a few degree drop in the temperature anyway. So yeah, here in a little while, I guess I'll go ahead and, since it's, whatever, go ahead and get me a little bit of firewood cut. And maybe get me a little fire going. Maybe even go ahead and get the heat going a little bit early today. Got extra fuel just in case. I kind of planned on that. Last time before last, not the last Time before last, it was pretty close. So last time and this time, I made a point to bring just a little bit extra diesel fuel just in case we need it. Well, it's about 5 o'clock. The sun is completely gone, and it is about to get really, really, really dark out here. But I think I am ready. I do believe, anyway. I think so. You know how that goes. There's always some little something you forgot, but it's supposed to, they're still saying rain and then changing to snow at some point, tonight and in the morning. So we'll see. Dusting of snow sounds really nice. It's about mid to upper 40s outside, something like that, but it's 70 degrees inside the tent. So yeah, can't complain about that. 70 degrees inside here. Anyway, let me show you. I got me a nice good sized firewood pile out there. Got me a little fire going, nothing too dramatic. Just a little one, just a token. But I've got plenty firewood. Well, I got my tree going. Got my Christmas tree all lit. Hang on one second, let me get a little extra light on here so y'all can see. Not too bad, huh? Dinner's just about ready. Chicken's cooking its little heart out. Let me get a little light here too. GoPros are, touchy, low light. But check out the chicken. Look at that. Well, that looks pretty good. And we are doing great. Ooh, I hear a train. That is nice. This is a really good way to spend an evening, I do believe. A little bit later, after dinner, got some more Christmas stuff, lights and things. You know how it is. I'm gonna turn my little snow globe into a snow globe. Right now it's just a little tent, but it will be a snow globe before it's over with. So far so good though. It's really nice in here. It's really warm, and oh my god, it just smells so good. That chicken cooking, it just smells so astronomically delicious in here. But I've got my fire still going outside, so we're good there. Still got my little fire going, hang out outside a little bit later. But for right now, we are doing great inside where it's nice and warm, and watch a little TV later. But yeah, this is doing great. Sitting it inside makes a big difference. I had the diesel heater outside the last trip, and sitting that puppy inside made a big difference. Another engine going by. There we go. But yeah, moving it inside made a big difference. Just leave the thermostat on the other side of the room and set it for whatever you want, and yeah, it works really well. I like this setup. I very much like this setup. This is pretty cool. Very nice little evening. But up there it does snowmen and all that kind of stuff. I'll change that a little bit later and have that working up top. And get my little strobe light. It's sort of a strobe light, and you know how a snow globe has the glitter. I'm gonna try to make me some glitter. Of course, you can't really have, you know, 100 pounds of aluminum flakes blowing around in here. You know, you probably want to breathe at some point. So yeah, I got a plan. Dinner is served. And crispy little bite. Look at that. My own secret blend of 2 herbs and spices. Salt and pepper. Hot. Very hot, but very good. Incredibly good. Look at that. That's crispy as you want. Colonel ain't got nothing on that. Now that is much more like it. Alright. Got me a movie picked out, Brightburn. I've already seen it once, but it's a good movie. And, you know, come on. We're not watching TV anyway. Alright? Look at that. That's what we're doing right now. That is good.
Fun. Oh, I like fun.
Looks a little snow globy, don't it? A little bit. Looks a little like Christmas. Let me get a little bit of more light on in there so you can actually see. That's better. Try that. It looks very much like a snow globe. I like it. Kind of looks like Christmas, don't it? I like it. I like it a lot, actually. Not too bad. Get the TV going. Get me another movie loaded up here in a minute. Ha! If you're gonna camp out weird. That's how you do that, ain't it? Cold outside. It's definitely getting cold out there. And they're still saying some rain tonight and a little bit of snow in the morning. But you know how that is. The weatherman thoroughly enjoys lying to you. So we'll see how that plays out. But either way, so far so good. I'm having a great time. Piss out. Just sitting around in my little tent with my Christmas tree going. Watching a video that Heather just posted that I did the other day, out exploring an old ghost town. This is pretty cool. I'm enjoying this. I'm eating this up now. The video turned out really pretty. The scenery, the woods, the snow. I love it. Got little snowmen and wreaths on my ceiling. Got a train a going. Check out that moon. Through the trees. I don't know how well y'all can see it, but it looks really wild from here. Must be a freight train. There's a engine in the middle. Must be a pretty long one. But anyway, all right guys, I guess I'm gonna start shutting everything down and call it a night. We'll see what the weatherman does or don't do. You know how that is. They enjoy lying to you. So we'll see how things work out. Good night, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Well, it's about 8:15. It did not snow last night, as a matter of fact. I got a bunch of rain, but no snow so far. Or snow or rain or something. There's something falling. But anyway, I'm going to hang out a while, watch some TV, enjoy my morning. And rain, snow, sleet, or hail, I'll pack up a little bit later. And pack up in the snow, I don't mind. That sounds like fun. I don't care. Well, the light rain has changed over to sleet, and it's kind of wet, so it's not quite snow, but we're on our way. We're getting there. The temperature's supposed to drop all day today. So yeah, snow is better than rain. You know, so at least if it's, sleety stuff, ice, that stuff just bounces off. And snow you can just brush off. Rain, on the other hand, totally different thing. As a matter of fact, I've got my hoodie right here in front of the dryer right now. Just lay it right there, it dries it right out. Handy little trick. I use that on dry floors and everything. And on the inside of the tent, not enough to drip, but enough to scribble your name. So that's going to be a thing when I take the tent down. It's going to be wet, so I'll have to probably pop it back home tomorrow or something. Okay. Looked like it was twisted or something. Straighten it back out tomorrow and dry it out a little bit. But so far, like I said, we're doing really good. It's almost 10. Look at that. It's a snowing now. It's a coming down now. It's what we wanted, but we wanted it last night, and we wanted more of it, enough to stick. But oh well, you can't have everything. Can't have it all. It's been a great trip though. I've thoroughly enjoyed this, just hanging out in here in my little bubble, my little Christmas snow globe. It's a little messy snow globe right now. Stuffing the floor, frying pan from yesterday. It's a messy snow globe right now, but I think it still looks pretty good. You know, I think it still looks pretty good, considering, you know, someone living in the snow globe. I think it's pretty neat. But once it transitions over, I've got a couple more hours I can hang out and, you know, just enjoy it, let it transition over to snow, so I'm not, you know, loading in the rain, so that'll help. Timing, you know, timing works out good. But I've got the UTV, I got a tarp over it to keep all of my bags that various things go in dry, so that should help. Just grab the bags, bring them in here and fill them up, and then load everything all at once and rip the tent down. Okay, we got a plan. I could even, in theory, load it right under the tarp. Leave the tarp right in place. That'll work. Everything should stay nice and dry. Brought out my cot. The cot, it was actually a little bit wet. I took it out. It had been long enough since the last camping trip to even dry out. It was still a little bit damp. It got rained on the way home. That's life, right? I seem to get into some rain, but I like it. I love camping in bad weather. I always did. You know, when remember the summer camping where you had the big thunderstorm or something like that, the hail? That's the one you remember, you know, not the one where, you know, everything was just kind of blasé, kind of boring. The one with the thunderstorm is the one you remember. Alright, let's hang out a while, have some fun, soak all this stuff up. How's the snow looking? It's snowing. I see some larger flakes in with the smaller ones. That's what we want. You know, transition all the way over to snow. That's exactly what we want. We're going to have to pack in snow or rain. I choose snow. I got a little snow now. Not sticking or anything, but it looks pretty. It looks good. Got my little fire going. Just thought I'd step outside, get some video out in the snow and check it out. Kind of cool out here, to be honest. Just got my hoodie on. I got my heated hoodie on and still wearing my fuzzy slippers. I ain't even put real shoes on yet. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Well, it's all snow out there now. No rain left. It's all snow. I see a little bit sticking, looks like some sticking on the trees over there. Temperature's supposed to fall all day long. So we'll see how this goes, y'all, right? But yeah, we're not expecting a lot of snow, a couple inches. Is why you know how that goes, the lion weatherman. It's the lion weatherman. But yeah, I just wanted to show y'all something real quick while I was, you know, just kind of hanging out. You know, I showed y'all the, you know, the hoodie I was drying. I just thought I'd show y'all this. It's heated. That's how you know, that's how you do it. You cheat. But it's got a battery in here. It's a company called Dewbu, D-E-W-B-U, and there's their, you know, there's their logo too. But it's really nice. You just flip a little button and you got low, medium, and high, and it lasts for a really long time. Of course, I have their jacket too, so I happen to have a spare battery. You know, I just keep one charged, you know, at all times, and it's like double thick. It's way thicker than a hoodie, and you know, it's got the, you know, the heating stuff inside, and you know, the liner too. But I mean, it makes a great base, you know, a base layer. Everybody talks about dressing in layers, you know, when it's cold, but nobody explains what layers mean. You know, base layer and mid layer, outer layer. That's actually a mid layer. You know, people think coveralls are an outer layer. They're not. They're not waterproof. They're not airtight or waterproof. You know, your outer layer, if you get snowsuit, it's waterproof. You know, it don't get through there. Of course, it's, you know, a good quality snowsuit's $400 or $500. You know, but I mean, you could take something like that and put that, which I use it as is. You know, it hasn't been, you know, I use it as is down, I don't know, so far high 20s, low 30s, and zero problems. But my plan is, yeah, I'm going to use it as a base layer with that, and that should make, you know, a really big difference this winter. And I've got my other big coveralls at the house. You know, they're waterproof. These ain't. But yeah, that should be, it should do really, really, really well. I mean, the thing is super warm. Of course, I've got it, you know, good and dirty now, but you know, that's the point, I guess. You know, you're using the thing. You know, when you want something, when I want something, you know, you're out in the cold, and that's what I go for. But since I've had this, every single time I've went out in the cold, you know, to grab the hoodie, you know, this is the one I've went for. So thank you, Duba. I very much appreciate you guys, by the way. I really do like your products. I really do. Your coat and the hoodie, excellent quality. The batteries last a really long time. Heats incredibly well, you know, in the sleeves and stuff too. You know, not just, you know, not just here. But anyway, I just thought I wanted to mention that, you know, it's one of the, it makes things like this, doing things like this a little bit easier. Well, a whole lot easier, you know, when you're outside. When you're in here, you got it made. You know, you got it made in your snow globe when you're camping in your snow globe. You know, you got it made in here. Yeah, or your tent, you know, I guess. Could be, you know. Some people might choose to use a tent too, I guess. But when you're in here, it's one thing. But as soon as you step out that door, that's when everything changes. It certainly helps to have something that automatically fights back, you know, you don't have to do squat. It looks cold out there. It looks cold. Coming down pretty good now. I love this. This is absolutely beautiful. And this is just such a cool little trip. I love this. This is really cool. Getting a little bit of condensation. Quite a bit, actually, on the top. It's about the only place I'm getting it. I got a little bit on the sides, but mostly got an echo in here too. Echo. When you look up, you have an echo when you speak upward. It don't do it down here. Anyway, all right, I guess I've got, like I said, I've got about an hour and a half before I'm, you know, scheduled to start packing up, and should be, just timing looks just about right for a little gap in the clouds. You know, maybe slap the tent around a little bit and knock some of the water off of it. You know, try anyway before I go to pack it. It's got a lot on it. It's definitely got a lot of water on it. How's my fire doing? Good. Just about gone. Perfect. Look at that. See all the mist up there on the mountains and snow. It's trying anyway. It's supposed to snow for a couple more hours, but I'm already packing. It wasn't supposed to do this. I've already got, you know, a good pile of stuff started. Got the bed and all that. Got some stuff packed still. Got the table And then this side, that will be last. Yeah, before we put the coveralls on and do all the stuff that has to be done after the heat comes out. But the bed's first. When you're coming in, you do the bed first to get it out of the way, and you can put stuff on it. And when you're taking it down, you do the bed first to clear out a big space to pile up junk. Still echoey in here. It's more echoey now than it was earlier. I can definitely hear it. It's trying to stick on the top too a little bit. Now I got the heat turned up, trying to keep the top warm, melt as much of it as I can, you know, let it run off. But yeah, we're getting there. Look at that though. Look how pretty. Right out my window. Right out my wall. It's all window. The whole thing is window. Look at that. A regular winter wonderland, ain't it? Well, we got her all loaded up. Everything is packed and loaded, and the tent is nasty. I'm gonna have to put it back up in the yard and hose that puppy out. It got sand, wet sand. Oh well, it was worth it. It was worth it. Check this out. I got my snow, didn't I? I wanted snow. I guess I got it. And before we go, let's just take a quick walk down to the river just to see what it looks like. I don't watch my step here. It's wet, obviously, muddy. Guess I need to at least walk down here at least one time before I leave, huh? I jump a creek. Very snowy, very pretty. Did a tire swing over on the other side. I don't know if today's the best day for that though. Look at that. Very snowy. Very winter, isn't it? It looks like winter. It's a pretty little spot though. Alright, let's walk back up to camp and get ready to head out. Okay, we're all ready. Here we go. Let's see what kind of mud situation we got after all that rain last night and then snow on top. Look at that. Well, I guess that, as they say, is that. We will, ooh, big mud hole. Guys, I'm out of here. We'll see y'all later. Y'all have a really good day, and thank you for watching. Leo out.